There are three methods of worship. Worship through forms, no forms, and formless forms. உருவ, அருவ, அருவுருவ வழிபாடுகள். But all three of them have accepted worshipping Jyoti or Deepam, divine light from a lamp. That's why many people, rich as well as not so rich, have set up trusts for ensuring lighting of lamps in and out of the sanctum sanctorum of temples. We shall now look at 3 Nayanmars who chose this sacred service of lighting lamps in temples as the mission of their lives. But the beauty lies in the fact that all three of them chose 3 different fuels to light their lamps, yes, other than oil. Naminandhi Adigal Puranam. Thiruvarur is the second holiest of Saivite places, next only to Thillai. One can enumerate any number of distinguishing features of this place and the Tyagesar temple thereof. Yemupperur was a village not far from Thiruvarur, and there lived a pious Brahmin by name Naminandhi Adigal. He had made it a point to go to Thiruvarur every day and worship the Lord of the anthill. Sembon Putrin Manikkat Chelum Sodiyai Neerdolum Seelam. On one of those days, when sun was setting, it suddenly occurred to him that he should light numberless lamps in the temple. எண்ணில் தீபம் ஏற்றுவதற்கு எடுத்த கருத்தின் இசைந்து எழுவார். As it was too late to go home and get oil, he knocked at the door of one of the houses near the temple. As luck would have it, it happened to be one where a Jain family was living. Jains do not light lamps, for flies might fall on them and get burnt. Unaware of the religious following of the family, Naminandhi Adigal requested for some oil to light the lamps in the temple. Pat came the reply, கையில் விளங்கு கனலுடையார் தமக்கு விளக்கு மிகை காணும். To him who has fire in his hand, lamp is superfluous. விளக்கு எரிப்பீராகில் நீரை முகந்து எரித்தல் செய்யும். If you would still want to light the lamps, do it with water. Visibly upset, Naminandhi Adigal went back to the temple and prostrated before the Lord. He heard the divine voice say, abandon your worry. Fetch water from the tank nearby and light your lamps. வந்த கவலை மாற்றும். இந்த மருங்கல் குளத்து நீர் முகந்து கொடுவந்து ஏற்று. Relieved, Naminandhi Adigal ran to the tank, chanted the Panchaksharam, Nadar Namam Navinriyeti, fetched a pail of water, poured some into the lamp and lit it. Lo and behold, the lamp was burning bright, and he thus lit numberless lamps with water every day. Nadar Arulal Thiruvilakku Neeral Erithar Nadariya. Secular also recalls one other episode of Naminandhi Adigal when he was made to correct his dogma on untouchability by the Lord himself, saying that everyone born in Thiruvarur were wise in Vedas and formed part of his core. ஞான மறையோர் ஆரூரில் பிறந்தாரெல்லாம் நம் கணங்கள் காண். That takes us to the next Nayanmar in this list, Kaliya Nayanar Puranam. Thiruvattriyur is another holy Saivite sthalam, about which many have sung in praise. To name a few, Sundaramurti Swamigal, Pattinatthar, Vallalar and Tyagayar. Kaliyar hailed from a family of oil extractors in Thiruvattriyur. He became pretty rich, but was aware where it came from and why it was given to him. எல்லையில் பல்கோடி தனத்து இறைவராய் இப்படித்தாம் செல்வ நெறி பயனறிந்து. He arranged for burning rows of lamps inside and outside the temple. This sacred service went on for quite some time, but then, as ordained by the Lord, who wanted to show to the world the determination of this virtuous Adiyar, his wealth was disappearing fast. Undaunted Kaliyanar resorted to any hard work to earn money for lighting the many lamps in the temple, be it selling oil for commission, or doing manual jobs in the oil mills, or mending the bullocks driving the oil mills. Earnings were not adequate, for there were many hands trying to reach them. He sold his house, and what's worse, he was trying to sell his beloved wife to in vain. All to buy oil for burning the lamps. Finally, he was driven to the wall without a coin. He walked into the temple totally distressed, and when the time came on to light the lamps, he decided, Manivanna Chudarvilakku Maalil Yan Malvam. If the lamps are not going to be lit, I will die. He arranged the lamps with wicks around him and did something that no human being other than an adiyar would do. He was cutting his throat to fill the lamp bowls with his own blood. Ennaikku ஈடா உடல் உதிரம் கொடு நிறைக்க. The firm hand of the Lord with a tainted throat held the hand of Kaliyanar, gave him darshan, and blessed him to be with him at heaven forever. பொற்புடைய சிவபுரியில் பொலிந்திருக்க அருள் புரிந்தார். கணம்புல்ல நாயனார் புராணம். Kanampullar hailed from the village Irukku Velur in the northern boundary of Cholanadu. He was the chieftain of the village and was very rich. Realizing that the purpose of such wealth was to spend on service, he chose to light numerous lamps in the temple. தாவாத பெருஞ்செல்வம் தலை நின்ற பயன் இது என்று ஓவாத ஒளிவிளக்கு சிவன்கோயில் உள்ளெரித்தார். But poverty struck him. He moved on to Thillai. He was selling his household things to buy oil for lighting the lamps in Tiruppulichuram temple in Thillai. When he ran out of things to sell, he cut a particular type of grass known as Kanam pull every day, sold it, and used the proceeds for lighting the lamps. One day he could not sell the grass, so he used the grass itself to light the lamps. But that was not adequate for the night. Kanampullar, in his devotion and determination, did something very strange. He lit his own long tuft of hair to bring light. மெய்யான அன்பு புரிவார் அடுத்த விளக்கு தம் திருமுடியை என்புருக மடுத்து எரித்தார். The compassionate Lord blessed Kanampullar with eternal bliss of being with him. All the 3 episodes go to show that these adiyars had a lofty objective and they stuck to it at any cost. And that's what turned them into Nayanmars.